welcome to training video number 3. Basically in this video what I want to explain is the differences between what we do and what other people do at open houses. Please note that when somebody comes to an open house, usually he's seen 2 or 3 other properties that day. He will probably try and see 8 properties during that one day, and he's probably been looking for a month to 2 months. So he's been in 30, 40, sometimes 100 interactions of open house, and most of those interactions have been negative. So again, our main focus in selling real estate of the open house is creating an environment to maximize the opportunity of an emotional, well, you guys could probably say it better than me by now. Creating an environment to maximize opportunity to create an emotional attachment between the buyer and the product. So what we find often at open houses is that the buyer coming is looking to steamroll right through the introductory comments of the agent and get right into the property. So they're very closed. You'll see them kind of coming in, almost already saying no, no, no to all the questions you're going to be asking or other people ask. And we want to completely take that and open them up and get them ready to buy the condo, get them ready to walk in and see the grandeur of the new construction, get them ready to fall in love with the condominium. So I'll describe what most people do. What most people do is they'll have the flyer on the table. They will stand in front of the table because they really know the only thing you want is the flyer. And as you approach them, their first question to you is going to be, usually they're sitting down actually, but their first question is, usually they're sitting down reading a newspaper and on the phone actually, since we're talking about it. But the first question they always ask you is, how did you hear about us? Do you live in the neighborhood? How long have you been looking? If you don't want to buy this condominium, will you buy a different condominium? On the house that you're living in, do you have a realtor? And if you don't, can I be your realtor to sell your condo? So again, they've been barraged by those 5, 6, 8 questions 30, 40 times before they've met you. And they're very, very closed. All they want to do in general open houses is bypass that agent. In fact, when that agent's on the phone, they're actually happy. They want to scribble a name. They want to grab the flyer, and they want to go inside the unit. Now compare that to our open house. We're one of the few agents out there, sales assistants, that actually has a name tag. We're one of the few ones who sit at the entry of the property. We're definitely the only one who has a flyer in hand, and as soon as you walk into the property, we stand up and smile, keep eye contact, thank you for coming, and give you what you want, which is the flyer. Completely churning around the whole interaction between the buyer and the agent, and more importantly, the property. Again, going back to our original comment, most buyers, when you say, thank you for coming, would you like a description, will say no, because they're so into the mindset of no, 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 that it takes them a minute to internalize it. So give them that minute. A lot of them will just simply smile and say yes, and then you give them the introduction. But the ones that don't, give them the minute and don't say anything. Let them take their 2 steps, and they'll turn around and ask you a question and give them the script. Remember with the script, to follow it fully, it should end with a call to action, namely sign in, and then you wait till they sign in, and then you give them another call to action. Remember to go to model 303 and 304. It's most often go to the models. A little bit more philosophy about our open houses. There's a thing called nonverbal communication. The standing, handing, smiling, I wish I had Victoria here smiling, or Ian, but the smiling and giving the flyer is all nonverbal communication of things they're not seeing at other open houses. Number 2, why is it we say what we say during open houses? The first thing we say is we give a definition of what's at the development. What we find most often when seeing other developments that are for sale, remember we sell 6, 10, 15, 20, 100 condominium units in one building, which is very unlike selling a single family home or very unlike selling a single condominium. What we find often in condominium developments is that for the first couple of minutes that the buyer is touring the project, he's trying to understand the project. So he's confused. Do I have 3 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms? Do I have 600,000 square feet dollar units or 1,800 square foot units? Do I have townhomes or condos? He's just trying to figure that out looking down while he's walking through the lobby. As compared to ours, I know that's what they want to figure out. They want to understand the lay of the land. I know that as a sales system, you only have 1 minute to talk to them. And I know you only have 1 minute if they're receptive to hearing from you. As such, when they come in, I ask for permission, therefore turning them to receptive mode. Give them 1 minute, and then as they walk away from me, they're not trying to figure out the lay of the land, especially since I've already directed them to go to 304. They're now just opening their eyes, opening their hearts, hopefully, and truly having the maximum potential of falling in love with the product. So in sales opportunity number one, we want to be inviting with verbal and nonverbal communication. We want to describe the product in less than 1 minute and only after permission to speak. And we want to give them a call to action so they know what their next step is. And instead of figuring out their next step, they can be open to falling in love with the elevator, high-end finishes, new construction, smell and feel.